and thank you for joining me this evening for some yoga at home. My name is Katelyn Goodhart, and I teach at Flow Yoga on Wednesday nights. I normally teach a slow flow class, and whenever I can, I try to substitute some classes here and there. But I'm excited to be on my mat tonight with you, and I hope you enjoy our practice this evening. I just want to start with getting in a comfortable seated position. So wherever feels best for you, cross-legged, you could sit on your knees, legs out in front, honestly, whatever feels best for you. But wherever you are, I want you to go ahead and just rock around, try to find your sits bones to allow yourself to find a good rooted seat. And I want you to take a big shoulder roll, let the shoulder blades come down your back, collarbones broaden across your chest. And go ahead and close your eyes here. Allow yourself to start to settle in. And here I want you to allow your palms to rest face down if you're looking for a little bit more grounding this evening, or have your palms face up if you're looking for a little bit more energy. Whatever feels best for you. But just go ahead and start to settle in and take notice of how you're feeling in this moment right now. In this time, a lot of us are feeling a lot of anxiety, stress. We are unsure about so many things. And so it's really going to reflect in our body a lot of times. The tension build up in our hips or in our shoulders and our neck. So I want you to just be aware of everything that you're feeling, whether it's physically, mentally, emotional. Just let all of that come in. Allow yourself to acknowledge it all, to feel it all. And as you acknowledge it without any judgment. Know that we're all in different places right now. We all feel different in our bodies and our minds. And that's okay. That's what makes each one of us individual. It makes us ourselves. And now that you've become aware of your body a little bit more, maybe you've recognized some tightness in your hips or some tightness in your shoulders. I want you to come to recognize your breath and recognize where your breath is resting in your body. Notice if it's somewhere hanging out low in your belly or high up in your chest. Recognize if it feels quick, slow. Acknowledge if you're breathing in through your nose or through your mouth, and out through your nose or out through your mouth. Just all these different sensations that you can come to recognize. Then I want you to bring more awareness to the breath, more intention, by drawing your inhales in through your nose, trying to fill up your belly, and then exhale, slowly release out through your nose. Inhale, breathing in through your nose, letting the breath travel down the back of your throat into your belly, maybe into your ribs, and then exhale, slowly release. Let that breath travel back up through your throat and out your nose. Inhale, drawing the breath in through your nose, down the back of your throat, into your belly. Exhale, nice and slow, breath travels back up through your throat and out your nose. With each inhale, see if you can sip in just a little bit more breath, allowing that breath to travel into your belly, maybe up into your rib cage. Feel your ribs expand. And exhale, allow the belly button to draw in to help push the air out through your nose. Each inhale, sipping in just a little bit more, maybe feeling besides the ribs expand, maybe you feel the chest start to fill, the collarbones start to broaden. And exhale, see if you can extend your breath, maybe a little bit longer than the last exhale. Noticing the control you have over your breath here. On your next inhale, let your arms reach up to the sky. Bring your palms together. Exhale them down through heart center, pausing at heart center to set an intention for your practice. So something positive in the present tense, a word, a phrase that speaks to you. I'm strong, I'm rooted, I'm here. Whatever your body needs, breathe, release. And then on your next inhale, inhale your arms up. And use your exhale to let the left arm drop over, right arm comes overhead. Breathing here into your right side body. Staying rooted down through your right sits bone as you reach through your right fingertips. You can take your gaze down at the earth in front of you or up at the sky, wherever feels best for your body. Just breathe here. Really engage your belly muscles as you inhale, rise back up to center. And then we'll exhale, drop the right hand over, left arm comes overhead, side stretch on this side. This time we're staying rooted down through that left sits bone, reaching through our left fingertips, breathing through our left side of our body, rib cage. And same thing as on the other side, you can take your gaze down at the earth in front of you or up at the sky, wherever feels best for your neck. Breathing here. Engage your belly muscles as you inhale to rise back up. We're gonna exhale over to the left again. You can bend deeper at your elbow. Maybe you walk your fingertips farther away from you to go deeper into the stretch on the right side. But just make sure you stay rooted through that right sits bone. Really engage your belly muscles. Use your top arm to inhale, rise back up. And then exhale over to the right. Maybe the right arm bends deeper. Maybe you walk the right fingertips farther away from your body, or maybe you do a combination of both. Breathing here. Engage your belly muscles, use your top arm for momentum to inhale, rise back up. Exhale your hands down through heart center, bring them in front of you, and we'll come into a tabletop position, rocking forward, coming onto a hip, whatever feels best. And from here, I want you to stack your knees under your hips, wrists under shoulders or slightly in front. We're gonna go through some rounds of cat and cow. So on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, chin, and chest, gazing up to come into cow. Exhale, round your spine and shoulders, lengthen through your tailbone for cat. Inhale to drop your belly, reach your heart forward, tailbone up to the sky. Exhale to round your spine, push away from your mat, draw your belly button in for cat. Continue with your own breath, moving through your cats and cows. Moving as quickly or as slowly as you'd like. And feeling free to stop in any areas that may feel extra tight, wiggle things out, take extra movement. Whatever feels good for you. And after your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. We're gonna go ahead and find a twist from here. So we're gonna plant our left hand into the center of our mat. We're going to inhale our right arm up, look up to the sky. On your exhale, I want you to start to thread your right arm underneath your left, reach through. And then inhale, send that right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, start to thread, reach through. Inhale, reach all the way up. And this time on the exhale, thread the needle all the way. So thread that right arm all the way underneath the left. Come onto the right side of your face and shoulder. You can choose to keep your left hand right where it is. You can also take it to the top of your mat, or up into the sky, flipping palm side up on your low back to reach for the opposite hip. So for that right hip, whatever feels best for you. Just breathing into your twist. On your next inhale, slowly start to rise back up, coming back up to center, exhaling as you get there, and as you plant now your right hand into the center of the mat, and inhale your left arm up. Exhale, start to thread that left arm underneath the right, and then inhale, reach back up. Exhale, starting to thread, reaching through. Inhale, back up, last time. And then exhale, thread your left arm all the way underneath your right, coming onto the left side of your shoulder and face. Right hand can stay right where it is by your side. It can go to the top of the mat, or flipping palm side up on your low back to reach for the left hip. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to unravel, pressing yourself back up to a tabletop position. And let's exhale, sink our hips to our heels, knees together, mats width distance apart. Coming into child's pose. On an inhale, slowly start to rise back up to your tabletop position. And then from here, we're gonna take our first down dog. So tuck your toes, lift your hips, straighten out your legs, sink into your heels, coming into your first down dog of the practice and possibly of the day. So go ahead, pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other. Allow your fingertips to spread wide across your mat and root down through all of your finger knuckles. Draw your belly button into your spine, allowing yourself to find more length from your sits bones down through the crown of your head. And if your heels don't touch the floor, that's okay. Mine do not come near the floor at all. I always find down dog to be somewhat of a challenging pose, just because the back of my legs tend to be a little tight, so don't get discouraged. But one way that we can work on really sinking into our heels is by bending both of our knees here, pushing our chest or sinking our chest back towards our thighs, and then straighten out your legs again. Feel the back of your legs start to talk to you. See if you can find some stillness here, finding your breaths. And then on an inhale, we're gonna slowly start to walk our feet up to our hands until we find ragdoll. So bending our knees as deep as we need to rest our chest onto our thighs. Arms can dangle, hands can grab opposite elbows. You could have a bind behind your legs, wherever feels best for you. But I want you to let your head hang heavy here. Like your head was gonna fall right off your neck onto the floor. That's how heavy I want you to feel. And maybe you sway side to side. Maybe shake your head yes and no, making sure that your neck is nice and loose. And then on your next inhale, I want you to find a halfway lift. So take a big shoulder roll, let your fingertips come to your shins, reach through the crown of your head, nice flat spine. And then exhale, fold forward. Feel free to take a bend in your knees again. You can come into another ragdoll, or you can just start to work into your forward fold. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna find a halfway lift again. Nice flat spine, big shoulder roll, reach through the crown of your head. Exhale and fold. Root down through your feet, slight bend in your knees as you inhale and slowly start to roll up, one vertebrae at a time. And as your neck and head come up, let your arms reach up to the sky as well. And then exhale them down through heart center. Take an inhale, reach your arms up, Exhale, dive all the way forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to your down dog. Pedal out your feet one more time if you need. And then we're going to take an inhale. We're going to lift our left foot up to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. If your foot gets stuck, you can always take your left hand to grab that left ankle and help pull the foot through in between your hands. From here, drop your right knee down and back. And if you can, untuck your toes. And then inhale, rise up, reach your arms up to the sky. Let your shoulder blades come down your back. So don't wear your shoulders up by your ears. Let them relax down. If you'd like to keep your arms up, let your pinkies come slightly in towards each other, just so that the shoulder blades can come down and around your back a little bit easier. You can also bring your hands to heart center. Rest your hands on your knees or on your hips, wherever feels best for you. So in this low crescent lunge, we're working on trying to open up the front of our right hip. So we're sinking our hips down towards the earth. It's okay to sink a little bit forward into that front knee. And I also want you to think about, as long as it feels comfortable, I want you to try to press down through the top of your back foot, so of your right foot, to really help elongate the front of your thigh, so you can really feel the opening. Take one more inhale here. On your exhale, we're going to start to shift our weight back. Bring your hands down by our sides. If you have blocks, you can always use blocks here. And then I want you to lift your toes up to the sky to come into our half monkey or half splits. And when we come into this pose, we have a tendency sometimes to rock over into that right hip, so into the bent knees hip. So I want you to really send your hips around. Send that left hip forward, right hip back, so that you keep your hips square towards the front of your mat. And breathe here into the back of your legs, or into the back of your leg. Just one for now. Think about reaching your heart forward. And then on an inhale, slowly sink back into your front knee. Frame your front foot, tuck your back toes, and exhale, step back, down dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift our right foot up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot through in between your hands at the top of your mat. You always have that option to use the hand to pull the foot through. Drop your left knee down and back, untuck your toes as long as it feels comfortable. Inhale, reach your arms up, low crescent lunge. And just like we did on the other side, you can keep your arms up, just allow your pinkies to stay slightly in towards each other. Hands can come to heart center, rest on the knee, rest on the hips, wherever feels best for you. We're trying to open up the front side of that left hip, so don't be afraid to sink your hips down towards the earth. Breathe into it. And I also, once again, encourage you, as long as it feels comfortable, to try to root down through the top of your back foot so you can really find some more length. Breathing here. Take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, you're going to slowly start to straighten out that front leg. Sink your hips back. Hands come down by your sides or onto blocks or pillows, whatever you have. Reaching your heart forward, breathing into the back of your leg. I'm moving around a lot. Hopefully you're not moving as much as I am. I just want you guys to be able to see all the different places, all the different angles, so you feel most comfortable in your yoga practice right now. So just like we did on the other side, we want to make sure our hips are squared. So we're sending our right hip forward, left hip back, reaching our heart forward. Breathing into the back of your right leg, letting it open up. And then on an inhale, slowly sink back into your front knee, plant your hands, lift your back knee, and exhale, step back, down dog. On an inhale, let's roll out, find our high plank. And just to start, since we haven't yet, if you feel okay, let's exhale and lower knees, chest, chin. If you want to chaturanga, feel free to do so. Keep those elbows in by your side as you lower down. And then on an inhale, find a baby cobra, or if you're ready, up dog. And then we'll exhale, down dog. Let's take an inhale, roll forward, find your high plank. And now exhale, send your hips back, down dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Getting the core more fired up. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to your back bend of choice. Baby cobra, or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good, let's take an inhale, lift our left foot up to the sky. Exhale, step our foot in between our hands at the top of our mat. We're in our runner's lunge this time, so we're gonna stay up off that back knee, but you can always drop the knee down if it feels more comfortable for you. From here, I want you to press through your back heel, so through that right heel. Reach your heart forward. Collarbones are brought across your chest. You can have blocks under your hands, pillows, whatever works best, or fingertips towards the earth. And then I want you to activate your feet. So I want you to try to draw the front and the back of your mat together by just activating your feet. And notice your inner thighs fire up. From here, plant the right hand onto the inside of your left foot. Inhale your left arm up, coming into this twist. Stay active through that back heel. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your hand down to frame your front foot, and we'll step it back, down dog. Inhale, right foot up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot through in between your hands at the top of your mat. Runner's lunge. Pressing through the left heel, reaching your heart forward. Feel long from the heel of your foot through the crown of your head. And then I want you to find the activation in your feet. So you're trying to pull the front and the back of the mat together with just your feet. Feel your inner thighs fire up. And then plant the left hand down to the inside of your right foot. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. Try to keep hugging that right knee in towards your body. Pressing through your back heel. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your hand down, frame your front foot, step back, down dog. On an inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, lower through your flow, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend of choice, baby cobra, or up dog. And then exhale, down dog. You guys are doing great. I just need a quick drink break. Okay, let's keep going. So on an inhale, lift your left foot up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. Really root down through your feet. Find that activation in your legs. Engage your core, and then inhale, rise all the way up. High crescent lunge. So in your high crescent lunge, we're still pressing through that back heel, keeping that right glute engaged. And then I also want you to really try to square your hips. So we're trying to draw this left hip bone, thigh bone, back into the hip socket, sending your right one forward. Keeping yourself nice and square. Good. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, left arm reaches behind, right arm reaches in front. So you're coming into a twist. And then on an inhale, reach your arms back up to center. Exhale, open into that twist. Left arm behind, right arm in front. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left arm behind, right arm in front. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Plant down through your right hand. Inhale your left arm up for a twist. On your next exhale, let your left hand come down. Plant, frame your front foot and step back to your down dog. On an inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. Feel rooted in your runner's lunge. Feel strong. And then on an inhale, we're gonna rise all the way up, high crescent lunge. So we're pressing through that back heel, keeping the left glute active. I'm gonna turn to face you, just so that you can see that we're trying to square our hips. So we're trying to draw that right thigh bone back into the hip socket and send that left one forward so that our hips are nice and square to the front of our mat. We're gonna find that twist in our high crescent lunge again. So take another inhale. And then on an exhale, right arm goes behind, left arm goes in front. I'm gonna turn back. And then on your next inhale, reach your arms up to center. Exhale, right arm behind, left arm in front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right arm behind, left arm in front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Plant your left hand down into the inside. Inhale your right arm up for the twist. Great job, guys. You're doing wonderful. And then on your next exhale, let your hand come down, frame your front foot, step back to your down dog. You can choose to vinyasa here if you'd like, so rolling forward, high plank, lowering through your flow, or you can skip it. So whatever you need here, and we'll meet in a down dog, whether you stay there or move through your vinyasa. Awesome. So from here, on an inhale, bend both knees, look in between your hands, and you can step, walk, or hop to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach up for the sky. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Awesome. So I want to do a little bit of balancing, because balancing is always great for us. And sometimes in times of when we're feeling unsure about things, unsteady, it can be really hard to ground ourselves, and it can be a really good time to bring focus in to our balance, because it's what we need, because that's what we're looking for in reality, is balance. Whew, I'm not used to talking and moving this much. Okay, so we're gonna start by rooting down through your left foot. Spread your toes wide across your mat. It's like you have 4 corners in your foot and you're trying to root all 4 down. I want you to keep a slight micro bend in your left knee. And then your right foot is gonna come in as a kickstand at your at your ankle. The foot can come into your calf, or your foot can come all the way up into your thigh. Just never place your foot directly on your knee. Your knee doesn't want to go to the left. It's not meant to do that. So that's why we don't want to place the foot there. Wherever you are is a great place to be. And from here, I want you to press your right foot into your standing leg. So once you do that, your hip abductors are going to turn on, which helps rotate, or I should say your external rotators of your hip. Some muscles turn on to help open up that hip. So then you get a little bit of opening through the front of your leg, or the inside of your leg. Whew, words aren't there. So from here, hands come to heart center. You can stay right here and try to find a drishti, so a non-moving focal point on the wall, on the floor, wherever works best. Something non-moving though. And you can choose to stay right here, or you can choose to grow your tree. Maybe you feel comfortable here and you'd like to challenge yourself. You could blow your leaves in the wind. You can play with moving your drishti around. So from the floor, you can move it up the wall to the ceiling. You could try to close your eyes. Whatever feels good in your body today. And also know that walls and all that or furniture is great to use as well if you need a little extra support. And take one more inhale here, and then exhale, slowly release, let it out, shake it out. And then we'll move to the other side. So we're gonna root our right foot down, spreading our toes wide. All four corners of our foot are rooted down. We're keeping that slight micro bend in our right knee. Left foot comes as a kickstand at our calf, up into, at our ankle, up into our calf or up into our thigh. Just once again, never place it directly on the knee because we're pressing that left foot into your standing leg, so into your right leg to help open up the hip. Hands can come to heart center so that you can find your drishti, that non-moving focal point. And then once you feel comfortable, feel free to grow your tree. And if you'd like to challenge yourself, all those options from the last time, blow your leaves in the wind, move your drishti around, close your eyes. Maybe you play with leaning to one side and then the other, whatever feels good. Just keep your breath steady. Take one more inhale and exhale. Slowly release, shake it out. Awesome job, everyone. So I'll tell you that is not the end of our balancing today, but we're gonna go ahead. We just got our basics down. We're gonna add some more dynamic movement to our balancing, but first we're gonna make it back down into a down dog. So finding mountain pose, standing nice and tall on your mat, front of your mat, inhale your arms up. Exhale, dive all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to a down dog or move through a vinyasa, whichever's in your practice or whatever you feel like doing. And then from our down dog, we're going to take an inhale, lift our left foot up to the sky. Exhale, step our foot in between our hands at the top of our mat. Inhale, rise all the way up to our high crescent lunge. Feel rooted, feel stable. Belly button is drawing in. Help protect your low back. Help you feel stronger. On your next exhale, let your left arm go behind, right arm reach in front. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Plant your right hand down. Inhale, your left arm up. Exhale, left arm comes down to frame your front foot. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, left arm behind, right arm in front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hold. On your inhale, I want you to step your right foot up and draw the knee up into your chest. Here's the dynamic balance. On your next exhale, we're gonna send that leg back behind us nice and slow. Place it back down onto our mats for a high crescent lunge, inhaling. Exhale, hands come down, frame your front foot, step back to your down dog. On an inhale, right foot goes up to the sky. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands, the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Feel rooted, feel supported. Belly engaged, hips square. On your next exhale, right arm goes behind, left arm reaches in front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands come down. Plant your left, inhale your right up. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, right arm behind, left arm in front. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hold. We're gonna find that movement into our standing with our knee up in our chest. So on an inhale, step that left knee up into your chest. And then on an exhale, you're gonna slowly send that leg back behind you, plant it down, high crescent lunge, inhaling, exhaling, hands down, stepping back to your down dog. Great job. Guess what? We get to add to it. So, on an inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, step it through in between your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left arm behind, right arm in front. Inhale to center. Exhale, hold. Inhale, right knee up into your chest. Exhale, left arm behind, right arm in front. Inhale, back to center. Opposite side. Right arm behind, left arm in front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, step your foot back. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to frame your front foot. Plant your right hand. Inhale, your left arm up. Exhale, hand comes down. Step it back, down dog. Woo! We started off moving nice and slow. Now we've definitely warmed up our bodies. So let's go ahead, inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Exhale, right arm behind, left arm in front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, sink. Inhale, left knee up into chest. Exhale, left arm behind, right arm in front. Oh, I did it backwards this time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right arm behind, left arm in front. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, step your foot back. High crescent lunge, inhaling. Exhaling, hands down. Plant your left hand. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, arm down, step it back, down dog. Great job. Pedal out your feet. If you'd like to take a vinyasa here, feel free. Or you can come and meet into child's pose. If you do vinyasa, go ahead, sink your hips back onto your heels for child's pose. You all are doing great. When you are ready, on an inhale, we're gonna come up, tabletop position. Exhale, tuck our toes, lift our hips down, dog. We're almost done with the fast-paced stuff, with the really working hard stuff. We all deserve to work hard and then take it nice and slow. So let's take an inhale, lift our left foot up. Exhale, step our foot in between our hands at the top of our mat. We're gonna inhale, rise all the way up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, left arm behind, right arm in front. And then from here, I want you to slowly start to drop that right hand to the inside of your left foot for our low crescent lunge or a runner's lunge with a twist. Inhaling here and exhale. On your next inhale, try to keep the twist. It's okay if you don't, to rise back up into our high lunge with a twist. Exhaling. Inhale, reach up to center. Exhale, sink. Inhale, right knee comes up into our chest. And go ahead and squeeze that right knee in. Give it some love. Maybe take some ankle circles. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna come into a warrior three. So I want you to release that leg, reach your arms up. I'm gonna step back on my mat for a moment. And then you're gonna slowly start to send the leg back behind you as your body comes parallel to the floor. Arms can stay out in front, hands at heart center in prayer, hands on hips, field goal post arms, whatever feels best. Feel nice and strong. You guys are doing great. You guys keep holding. I'm just gonna step back up to the top of my mat. Because from here, I want you to slowly lower your right foot down and back. High crescent lunge, inhaling up. Exhale, hands come down. Step back to your down dog. Great job. Let's inhale our right foot up to the sky. Exhale, step our foot in between our hands. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Exhale, right arm behind, left arm in front. And I want you to slowly drop that left hand to the inside of your right foot. Right arm reaches up, inhaling and exhaling. If you can keep the twist, do so. If not, that's totally fine. Inhale, rise all the way back up with that twist. Exhale, hold. Inhale, arms up to center. Exhale. Inhale, draw that left knee up into your chest. Give that knee a squeeze. From here, we're gonna find our warrior three. I'm gonna step back on my mat once again. Release the leg, reach your arms up, and take your time as you slowly start to send the leg behind you. Body comes parallel to the earth. Arms out in front, hands at heart center, hands on hips. Feel goal post arms, but try to keep your back toes pointed down towards the earth to keep your hips square. I'm gonna step forward, you guys stay, because we're gonna go ahead and lower that back foot down. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, frame your front foot, sit back down dog. Great job. Okay, so from here, go ahead, inhale your left foot up to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. So we're coming into lizard pose, lizard lunge. So you want that left foot to be at the outside edge of your mat. If you need to heel toe it out or even forward, feel free to do so. And from here, drop your right knee down and back. You can stay right here. If you have pillows, you can bring them under your hands or under your forearms. Or maybe you bring your forearms all the way down onto the earth, wherever feels best for you. Breathing here into your left hip. Starting to slow down your breath. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. You all are awesome. It's great that you're joining me. So happy to have you. It's great to be practicing myself, so I hope you feel the same way. So from here, take it nice and slow as you start to inhale. Lift the back knee, rise up. And then I want you to frame your left foot and then slowly start to heel toe your left ankle to behind your right wrist. So we're coming into pigeon pose. So you're gonna drop your shin down, walk your right leg back. Make sure that your toes aren't sickling in. You can always place a pillow or a block or a blanket underneath the left hip if you need some more support. And you can stay right here. You can again come onto blocks, forearms, arms all the way out, whatever feels best. And if this pigeon pose isn't great for you, you can always come onto your back or you can come into a seat. So in the seat, you would cross your left ankle above your right knee, and then you'd just press the left knee towards the ground, just with using your muscle strength to get the stretch, or you can lay on your back and draw those legs in towards your chest. Whatever works best for your body. But go ahead, breathe into your hips. We didn't do too much hip work in our practice, so I know that this can feel a little intense, especially since we're all probably a little stressed or wound up and we're holding tension in our hips. So just try to keep your breath even and controlled and slow. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly start to rise up out of our pigeon pose, whichever one we're in. And we are gonna actually end up in a seated position from here. So if you're in a full pigeon, go ahead, rock over onto that left hip, and we're gonna send the right leg around. We wanna end up in a seated tree pose. So with our right leg extended out in front of us, our left foot into our right thigh. So I want you to keep your right foot flexed, keep that leg active. Make sure you're sitting on your sits bones, so nice and tall on those. Inhale your arms up, turn your torso to face your front foot, and then exhale, hinge at your hips, coming into your forward fold. I always encourage my students to work on lengthening through their spine when coming into a forward fold, and to also use their core. So I want you to think on your inhales, you're lengthening, you're growing as tall as you can out of your seat, even if that means you come out of your fold. And then you're gonna squeeze your belly muscles in as you exhale, folding forward, working on trying to bring your chest down towards your thigh rather than necessarily reaching for your toes. Because we can get a lot of reach just through our shoulders to reach our toes. But where we really wanna get some reach is through our spine, through our low back, and really getting into our hamstrings. On an inhale, slowly start to rise back up. From here, we're gonna take our left leg and cross it over, planting that left foot on the other side of our right leg. Keep your right foot flexed as we come into a twist. So arms come out into a T, right arm wraps around the left knee, left arm goes behind. Same as when we think about our forward folds. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, draw the belly button in and twist. You can also take your right arm to the outside of your left knee if that feels better for you. And try to take your gaze over your left shoulder as long as it feels comfortable on your neck. And even if it doesn't, maybe just try to take your gaze as far to the left as you can, getting a good stretch of our eye muscles. On an inhale, we're gonna slowly start to come back to center, and then we're gonna exhale, counter twist. So keep your legs where they are, but bring your left hand to the inside of the left leg, right arm behind. Inhaling to come back to center. Extend that left leg out, give it a little wobble in the hip socket, and then from here we're gonna make our way back into a down dog. So whatever way works best for you. I like to cross at my ankles, rock forward, and come onto my hands and knees, and then send my hips up. Pedal at your feet for a moment. Notice the length in your left leg compared to your right now. We're gonna hope to find some balance in the hips by doing this little flow on the other side. So inhale your right foot up. Exhale, we're gonna step the foot to the outside of your right hand so that your foot's on the outer edge of your mat. If it's not heel toe that foot, you can even walk it forward some if you're looking for a little bit more space in the hips. And then from here, drop your left knee down and back. You can stay up on your hands. You can come onto blocks, pillows, forearms, whatever feels best. This side might feel different than the other. Just be aware. Might feel more open or more closed. Either way, we're acknowledging without any judgment. It's totally fine. We tend to have one side that gives a little more than the other anyways. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, we're gonna slowly start to rise up, lift the back leg, frame our foot with our hands, and then slowly start to heel toe that right ankle behind the left wrist, coming into pigeon on this side. Walking our left foot back, pillow or blanket underneath the right hip, or you can come onto your back or into a seated position, coming down to your level of pigeon pose, breathing here. Just a few more breaths. Getting all that good opening in our hip. And then on an inhale, we're gonna slowly start to rise up, and we're gonna find ourselves over onto that right hip this time. So rocking over, we're gonna end up swinging that left leg around so that we come into a seated tree pose with our left leg out in front and our right foot in our left thigh. Make sure you're sitting tall on your sits bones. We want to keep our left foot flexed this time. Take an inhale, reach our arms up, turn our torso to face our front foot. Exhale, hinge at the hips, coming in to our forward fold. Just like on the other side, inhales, think to lengthen. Exhales, think to draw your belly button, bend at your elbows to draw your chest down closer to your thighs. On an inhale, slowly start to rise back up. From here, we're gonna find our twist. So we're crossing that right leg over our left, planting the right foot to the outside of the left leg. Arms come into a T. We wrap the left arm around the right knee, right arm goes behind. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist over to the right. You can always take the left arm to the outside of the right leg as well. And make sure to keep that left foot engaged, flexed and leg engaged. On an inhale, slowly come back to center, and then we'll counter twist. So the right arm goes to the inside of the right leg, left arm behind. Exhaling. Inhale to come back to center. Uncross that right leg, send it out in front of you, wobble in the hip socket, shake out the legs. And then we're gonna come into a forward fold. So really find your sits bones, those two pointy bones in your glutes. Both feet are flexed this time. We inhale, both arms up, grow nice and tall. Exhale, really engage those belly muscles to come forward into your forward fold. And work on those same things. Inhales to lengthen, exhales to draw the belly button in and bring our chest closer to our thighs, bending at the elbows. On an inhale, slowly start to roll, rise up. Keep your arms out in front of you, and then exhale, slowly start to lower down onto your mat. Seeing if you can lower one vertebrae at a time. Once you are all the way down onto your mat, draw your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Maybe you rock side to side or in small circles. You know what? Let's go into a down dog one more time since I forgot to do that. So slowly start to rock forward and back. And then come all the way forward. Step back into a down dog. I only want to do this so you pedal out your feet one more time. Hopefully you notice some of that equal length in your legs, in your hips. Maybe you feel a little bouncier. And then we'll drop our knees down. Sink our hips back to our heels, child's pose. Take an inhale here, find some length. And then exhale, walk your hands off to the right side of your mat. Stay rooted down through your left sits bone or hip bone, and then reach through your left fingertips. Nice long stretch through your left side body. On an inhale, walk your hands back to center, and then exhale them off to the left, sinking down through your right sits bone, reaching through your right fingertips. On an inhale, walk your hands back out in front of you. Exhale, sink. Inhale, rock up into a tabletop position. Exhale, slowly lower your belly all the way down onto the mat. And then what I want you to do from here is reach your hands forward, reach your feet back, big long stretch. Maybe lift the legs, lift the arms. And then on an exhale, release. And you're gonna slowly take your time, make your way onto your back. And now we'll get back to drawing our knees into our chest one more time. Big squeeze. And then let's come into a happy baby before we end our practice. So peace fingers come around our big toes, hands to the outsides of our feet or to our ankles as we draw our knees down, feet up to the sky. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you straighten one leg and then the other. Maybe you smile because you're in happy baby, or make baby noises, goo-goos and gagas, whatever you need. And then draw those knees back into your chest. Give them a hug. Extend your legs and your arms all the way out. Once again, reaching through your fingertips, reaching through your toes, nice and long. And then when you are ready, we're going to make our way into Shavasana. So letting those arms come down by your sides, palms facing up. Letting your feet fall open to the sides of your mat. Allow your bones to feel heavy and your muscles soft. Thoughts will enter your mind, and that's okay. I encourage you to acknowledge them, to recognize them, be aware of them. But then I want you to let them go. Let them pass like a cloud moving through the sky. Opening you up to some sun. And if your mind seems to keep pulling you away, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. And start to bring small movements back to your body, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. And as you're ready, draw one knee and then the other into your chest. Rolling over onto your favorite side from there. Just take a moment to acknowledge how you're feeling in this moment right now. And then as you're ready, keeping your body soft, your eyes closed, gently start to rise up into a comfortable seated position like we began class in. Sitting tall on your sits bones, lengthening through your spine. Let your shoulder blades come down your back, your collarbones across your chest. Slight engagement in the belly button just to help you feel even more rooted and supported in your seat. And I want you to acknowledge how it feels to be in your seat now at the end of your practice compared to when you started. Hopefully feeling at more ease, feeling more open to this position. And we'll take an inhale, reach our arms up to the sky, bring our palms together, exhale them down through heart center. And revisit the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. I always encourage my students to take their intention with you off of your mat and into the rest of your world. In a time where things can seem so negative and everything going around kind of gets us down, it's really important to have something positive to reflect on, something that allows you to come back to yourself, to reflect on yourself. So I encourage you to take this intention with you. Let it be that positivity, that light you need in your life. Let it be what brings you back to just noticing how you're feeling. I want to thank you all so much for joining me this evening on your mats, for doing something wonderful for your mind and body. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, a great week, and I hope to see you all soon back here on your mats. My soul honors your soul. I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the light, love, truth, beauty, and peace within you because it is also within me. In sharing these things, we are united, we are the same, we are one. Namaste. Thank you.